So I want to talk about Hulk Hogan here because there's been a lot of talk about him for some reason in the past few months or few weeks or whatever about him returning to this company and whether he should be, allowed to return because of what he said. I think it was a couple years ago. So let's be quite honest about what he said. Let's not say, oh, he said the N-word. He said the word nigger. I don't really understand why people don't even want to say the word. Every other word is okay to say in the world. You could say cocksucker, you could say cunt, you could say every fucking word. But you got to say the N-word for some politically correct reason. Everybody said it like 10 or 15 years ago in comedy skits and everything like that. But now you can't even say the word nigger, even if it's just saying it for reference. So that's what he said. He called somebody a nigger. Oh my God, I said the N-word. How racist am I now? I'm sure everybody's not going to watch my channel anymore because I said the word again in reference. So I think it's totally ridiculous that they shunned him from the company just for saying that. By the way, in a private conversation. And it's quite funny that people care more about him saying the N-word, as opposed to that sex tape that came out with him fucking some girl, cheating, an act of infidelity. People were more concerned about him saying that word than the sex tape that came out, which I thought was pretty funny. And again, it was a private conversation. He didn't say it in public. It was secretly recorded. I mean, this is how a lot of people talk in private. They say offensive shit because it's a private conversation. It's not public. And I believe that your actions, in public, how you actually treat people are way more reflective of who you are as a person, as opposed to what you say in a private conversation. I hear a lot of people say a lot of controversial shit in private. A lot of times they're exaggerating or they're kidding, or I know a lot of people that say nigger in private. I don't really say it, but I know a lot of people that do, just as a reference to a black person who is doing, who is a loser. That's how a lot of people use that. It's not really racist, but that's how they use the word. And I don't think they're racist at all. They just use that to describe, again, a black person that is a loser or is, doing something bad. Just like how there are words for white people that are losers. White trash, wigger, things like that. So it goes both ways. So I don't really get why this one word is off limits. Nobody could ever say it. You can't even say it in reference. You just have to, and then only black people. That's another thing. Oh, only black people are allowed to use the word, the N-word. Nobody else can use it. Yeah, that's not racist, is it? So I'm just so sick of the political correctness of the world now. Just a single word is racist. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter what your actions are outside of your private conversations. You're not allowed to have a good conversation in private. That's how people are in private. They're offensive. They swear, because that's how friends are supposed to act in private. I mean, if you're really not acting like that, then you're kind of weird in my opinion. So again, just over this one thing, WWE shuns Hogan. It doesn't matter that everybody else, a lot of other people in this company have done bad things. Like how many wrestlers have been arrested for drunk driving? Yeah, that's a lot worse, by the way, than saying a word in private. Because drunk driving, you put other people's lives. You could kill somebody doing that. It's very irresponsible and it's very stupid. So that's way more worse than saying nigger, in my opinion. And some other shit that people have done. Is way worse than saying a motherfucking word. A word! It doesn't hurt anybody. Who did he hurt? Who was he racist to? Nobody. He said a word. That's how people talk in private. And people need to realize that. So, again, just the political correctness of our world right now is ridiculous. How somebody could be destroyed for not even doing anything. Didn't hurt anybody. So there you go, people. It just sickens me that they shun him for this, even when there's a lot of people in wrestling who have done way worse, that have done things that have actually hurt people. And I'm totally against racism, but saying the N-word in a private conversation is not racism. Again, that's how people talk. I mean, I hear people say stuff like that all the time, and like I said, I don't consider that to be racist. Now, if you go up to somebody and you say, oh, hey, there's a black person, I hate them because they're black, or they shouldn't be in my neighborhood because they're black, or something, now that's obviously racist. But just because you say that word does not mean you're racist, and some people might disagree, but that's just my opinion. Again, I am. If anybody's watched my channel, over the past few years, you've known I'm a pretty open person. I'm a, I don't, like I said, I don't hate people based on their skin color. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.